Star Wars, The Acolyte, Episode 5, episode called Night. And I gotta say, we had our big reveal. Who do you think it was? And how do you think it went? Talk all that and more after this. All right, guys, Brent here, back with Variants, cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. This time, Acolyte, Episode 5. Will, your thoughts on the episode titled Night?
This episode had absolutely fantastic fight scene from jump, choreography, everything was on point. So much better than some of the stuff we've seen earlier. So I was so happy to get this. Unfortunately, I still don't care for what story they're trying to tell because it doesn't make much sense to me. I'm still waiting on that to pan out. So, fight scene good, story bad. We're still in it to figure out where this is going to go. So,
It's like this episode, as far as choreography was concerned, like Will said, night and day better than anything we've seen happen through 4 or 5 episodes of this series. Smylo Ren, we finally got that big reveal. And if you don't want to know who it is, I just check out real quick and then circle back probably, once you've watched the episode. But Kamir, who Will called out last week, I might add, was in fact Smylo Ren. And Smylo Ren, for all intents and purposes, bro is about that life. He's been lifting, he's been working, he's been training how to fight, and every Jedi you see in the background behind me got those hands. The only person that survived this photo in our background, Soul. Everybody else stabbed, Swiss cheese, didn't even make it there, killed as a background character. It's like Soul is the only one left.
look, man, this dude went in. I'm talking about he skewered 2 on his saber, and then with the backhand slash to take them heads off. Bodies were dropped. He took out 7 this episode. 7 Jedi. Not to mention Kelnaka already taken out earlier. So that's 8 in total. But 7 this episode alone. Solo. Like he was giving everybody them hands without no help. This dude was fantastic. And then Yord got the coup de grace in terms of just physical abuse. Like that neck snap was brutal, and the way he tossed his body away, he's like, "Yeah, I'm over that. I ain't even worried about that." Jackie was the only one who laid hands on him the right way from jump because she was the only one really getting it in while everybody else was getting worked. And it wasn't until Soul teamed up with Jackie that he actually started getting in some really good shots. And then, of course, she got mopped. Freaking the X
One of the
came in.
coolest lightsaber tricks I have seen. Because, like, look, his gauntlet and his helmet deflect lightsabers at least at some level, or he's just the best headbutter since Zidane in soccer. But like this dude, literally lightsaber twist off mid fight, turned one lightsaber into 2, blocks her, and this goes boop boop boop, 3-pieced her, Swiss cheesed her, moved on like it was nothing. But we have to give her huge props. She was the only one that was laying solid hands against this man, and she was kicking him around. She was punching him around. And then Soul was out here just punching against that helmet, which, look, if something can block a lightsaber, that is a very hard material. So for Soul to be angry enough and as unfeeling as he was to just keep going at that thing, that was ridiculous, but that was well done. I got to say, though, the Umber Moths kind of ruined most of the plot of this episode because them appearing made us try and refocus back on the story, even though the action that we were seeing on screen was some of the best we've seen in a long, long time. So the switcheroo, do you want to talk about that? Because I'm still a little perplexed.
All right. After Jackie got the work and kind of doing what she do, we end up, we get the information that, and somewhere in there that he just wants to have an apprentice, and he knew that May was going to betray him, so he's just trying to figure out what to do. So in the process of May and Osha finally going at it, which just seemed tit for tat as far as knockouts. And look, Osha Osha's got a concussion. Like she's in concussion protocol. She's been knocked out too many times this episode for just the smallest stuff. So with that being said, when she got knocked out, May was able to pull a switcheroo, cutting the hair off, which I talked about. The same dredge that she's rocking. I told you all she had was some extensions, and that's it. Other than that, they got the same haircut, and all she did was use the lightsaber to cut off those extensions, and now she looks just like Osha, minus the full face tattoo that you can't get around. Like it's right here. Like you can barely. Like, I don't see how you can miss it if you know that you're dealing with twins, and they gonna do some twin stuff at some point. It's like just move the hair and like, okay, you're not you. Let me fix that. But anyway, did the whole switcheroo, and now she's posing as Osha. May freaking is trying to infiltrate and do whatever she's trying to do, while Osha is still unconscious and being taken care of, force healed and everything. Which Brent will get more into that force healing thing by Kumir. That's what I hope I'm saying is like Q, the Sith, however you want to refer to him, Smylo Ren, however you want to refer to him. He's still taking care of her, and that may be the acolyte that he has been wanting for some time. So
Because he's going to have some deep fundamental truth to swing Osha to his side. He's going to need to hit her with some facts, some feelings, something that Soul directly did in order to kind of twist and convolute her feelings. That has to happen if he's going to get that acolyte. But the force healing traditionally that we've seen is usually done by Jedi. We saw Rey do it. As much as we didn't want Rey to be the one to do it, we still wanted the inclusion of this power. We saw it in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic time and time again. Jedi were able to use force healing. The Sith, not nearly as much or not nearly as efficiently. So the fact he was able to just, stick one hand out and then go whoop, seal that wound like nothing's happening, clean up all the blood too at the exact same time. Super cool how that happens apparently. But he was able to make that force healing happen. So that was cool. It was a nice use of power in a way that made sense. Smylo did not get the same script as everybody else did. They put some time, effort, and dedication into what Kamir is truly up to. But at the same time, May, you are easily and undoubtedly the worst assassin in all of Star Wars we've ever seen. You had to trick someone into ending their own life, and then you had to put an innocent person in danger just so you could get a knife inside of a Jedi, which somehow, when hitting a non vital area, is a KO. But that's a whole nother thing. But now you think you're going to infiltrate the Jedi at the heart of their order and think you're gonna do a thing? Like, are you turning yourself in to become a Jedi? Are you going to take them out? Like, your character has been so wishy-washy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to believe your anything is about right now.
That's the part that don't make sense. Is like she was, you know, bent on trying to take them out. She took one out. She took two out, or second took herself, took themselves out. She didn't even get hands on the third, and then the fourth one is here. As far as Soul being there, and she was ready to turn herself in. Like she was weak. Sith recognized that. Like, why is she here? If she's weak, she's not going to be worth anything to me. So by turn herself in, and then when she gets captured, turns herself in, she gets mad. She fights back. She tries to get away, and then she infiltrates to do what? Is she trying to finish what she started? Because she's got a clear shot at Soul if she wants to end Soul right now. She has a light. She picked up the lightsaber, so if she still has it, she can utilize it and literally, get the drop on them right then and there. Because for someone who's very force sensitive, and you can tell when others around, I guess, or whatever, or you can get into their heads and stuff. It's like you can't take a quick peek and tell that that's not Osha. Like that's like if he's not doing none of that, then she can easily just slide a saber right into his back and keep it moving. So why are we going through this wishy washy? Like, what is her purpose now? We don't know. Like she's just there, and that's why this is kind of dragging along and not making any sense. Like, what are we doing?
We need some stuff to be further unveiled before we say this is a full 180 from what we've seen the previous four episodes. Episode 3 was the peak for me up until now. Episode 5 clearly has the best because look, that choreography spoke for itself. It was well done. There was a lot of great physical stunts. There was a lot of cool tricks, a lot of cool kicks. There was a lot of cool elements they've added and reinforced in things. I think it was significantly better than everything we've seen thus far. We're still harsh of it, but you don't want to just watch something and because I'm a diehard Star Wars fan, just love it because the word Star Wars is slapped on the title. Being critical is what we do. We still love Star Wars, but at a certain time, you have to be objective. Objectively speaking, choreography, like Will has said very eloquently, fantastic. The writing needs some work. I think they can do it. I hope they can do it. We'll see next week how we go about things. Any final thoughts or feelings on the episode you want to talk about, Will?
Yo, Jackie was the truth, and Smylo Ren, Quimir, like he is my favorite character right now. So let's run it.
Shout out to Kamir and shout out to those who hit that lovely red subscribe button. It's in the logo directly under Will and that red box below. Remember, at 1,000 subscribers, we have a giveaway for each and every one of you. And at the rate you guys keep hitting that sub button, it may be faster than we're even planning on having it being. That being said, next time we see us tomorrow night for the Boys live stream with myself and Chaos himself. See you then.